Hello and welcome to Jessi Pilates, your home to strengthen, stretch, smile as we get fit, toned, and flexible. If you've been following me over on Instagram at Jessi Pilates, and I've done a few videos, but today is all about the Moxxi Pilates chair. I have absolutely been loving mine. They sent me one to test out, and full disclosure, I am an affiliate, so if you decide to purchase a chair for me, yes, I do generate some income from that, but that's how I'm able to keep things like a YouTube channel going and all of my equipment. So if you're interested in this chair, I would really appreciate it if you sent me a DM or sent me a comment. You can DM me on Instagram, you can comment down below if you have any questions. What I'm going to do today is just show you all of the features. I will tell you the pros and the cons, and there's really not too many cons. And I will also let you know that if you're watching this in 2020, YouTube videos kind of live forever, then my next video will be the start of a 14-day challenge, and you can win the grand prize winner, and I'm pretty sure I'm only keeping it to one winner for the entire 14-day Fit Love Challenge that debuts on March 9th. You will win a chair from both myself and from Moxxi Pilates. So let's talk about the chair. The chair will be shipped to you and it will be disassembled, and I will say it wasn't the easiest thing to put together, but it wasn't quite as bad as, say, IKEA furniture, because that's pretty much the be-all, end-all. You want to just kill yourself when you're putting that together. This is completely doable. Just keep in mind it is metal. I was able to do it with just myself. I didn't need anybody to help me. It's not that the pieces are very heavy. So I'm going to go through it, and this is really the most important feature for a home workout chair. It's how heavy it is, or really how heavy it isn't, and also about the foot space. So you know I have an exo chair that is actually in storage. Shout out to my sister for storing that in her garage right now, and shout out to her kids for not destroying it, hopefully. But the footprint on the exo chair, which is really the smallest Lunge chair that's on the market, which is double the price as this, the foot space is kind of big. It takes up, and I found it really hard to move. This baby, I mean, if you take off, a lot of the weight's gonna come from this, so that's gonna add a few extra pounds. Even if you have severe back pain, I'm telling you, unicorns, you will be able to lift this and put it wherever you want. So something else I'm going to talk to you about is the Slaxis, the elastic bands. This comes fully loaded with the Moxxi chair. Let's see. So a lot of companies really want to charge you extra for them. The other thing that really makes the Moxxi chair unique is the swivel, right? So you can unclick this little hooky thingy here, technical term, hooky thingy, and it becomes, let's see, there's like a little notch for it, and you can swivel this baby any direction that you want. So you've got a full 360 spin there, and then also these handles. We are going to do a beginner intermediate workout. I don't want to do an intermediate advanced on this because I'm assuming a lot of people that want to see this video are going to want to use it for the Moxxi chair. I will do more workouts here on YouTube in the future, but you can head on over to my Instagram at Jessi Pilates, and you can see a whole bunch of intermediate to advanced workouts, which is probably really in the range of most of my workouts. I have to kind of make it a point. So what do you do with the handles? Well, you kind of lift them yourself onto them. The swiveling is going to add quite a bit, well, that's kind of fun, quite a bit of a lot of extra dimension to exercises that you know and already love on the Lunge chair. The one con that I will say, if you are used to, and this is more appropriate for a teacher, if you are just somebody that's watching my channel and you really want a little more diversity in your workout, this isn't going to apply to you. If you've only been on a Lunge chair a few times, this isn't going to apply to you. If you are a Pilates teacher, and especially if you were trained classically on the Bratz equipment, you're going to find these springs a little bit light. They are very easy to change. They're really actually cute looking. I find some of the other Wonder chairs kind of hard to change the springs on, but these are really kind of easy. There's 3 hooks here. It's what you're familiar with. And generally, the closer to the chair you get on this model, the less tension it's going to be, because as you pull it this way, it'll be more tension. So that's the only thing. And what the heavier springs really do is help you on a lot of lunges. With that being said, I'm going to click that back in. Because the Moxxi chair comes with these handles, what I found is where I wanted heavier resistance, which would have been a lot of the standing balance work, where you're up on the chair while the lunging, while the going up. Those you can really, instead of having such a heavy spring, let me put that resistance back up. So I'm on 2 heavy springs here for this move, and I'm going to use the handles to assist me. So with a very heavy spring, this sort of exercise is a little bit easier to do because the spring is literally propelling you up. And if you're new to Pilates, that's something you'll want to keep in mind. Heavier springs are a lot of the time on this piece of equipment, and sometimes on the reformer too, heavier springs are going to make your workouts technically easier depending on the exercise, because when you want more stability, that back leg is working, you're relying more on that front leg. When the spring is heavier, it's giving you a push up. However, if you use the handles where you're going upward, it's going to give you the stability you need. So if you're used to a little bit of a lighter setting, me on my XO chair, I'm kind of cheap, guys. I don't really want to invest in more Slastics, and I really don't want to invest in those little arm strappy, they're called Slastics, at Balance Body's prices. So I think I actually bought some stuff off of Amazon. So you're getting everything you need, which is a big issue with a lot of big companies like Balance Body, is they do not include everything in the apparatus. The other thing that you need to know about Moxxi Pilates is this is a woman-owned company. She is an instructor herself. She lives in Boston. Her name is Dorianne Walker. Like me, she's divorced, and she's a single mom of, I believe, 2, if not 3 kids. You'll notice that most of the brands I work with are women-owned business, and I think this is really important in the Pilates world, where 90% of the participants are women. Why are almost 75 or 80% of the Pilates equipment companies owned by men? And 90% of the people doing Pilates, then 90% of the people that are supplying the Pilates company should also be women. That's just my opinion, and that is why you will see when I choose to take on an affiliate role, it's generally going to be with another woman-owned business, especially because I am known as Jessi Fit Pilates, and Pilates is such a woman-friendly thing. This is something I feel really passionate about, as you can see from the tone of my voice. With that being said, would you like to get on the workout? Would you like to do a little workout? So we're gonna do about, it's not gonna be super long, but we're just going to start out. I'm going to show you the way I would do a lot of the classical exercises, utilizing some of the features on our chair. So I'm actually gonna drop this down a little bit for my footwork. And the other thing, I don't think I mentioned this, is there are 6 on each side. I'm going to twist that in a little bit tighter. These have to be twisted if you're using them the way I use them. You'll just want to check on those a little bit. Which, I mean, because you're banging against it when you're pulling against it, and it just, it's like a gravity thing. I don't really understand physics, guys. I'm a unicorn. I defy physics. So let's go ahead and have a seat. So why don't we take our hands here, and from here, I want you to just round your spine and arch it. Breathe in and breathe out. And that gives me a little feedback. I can really feel I'm keeping my arms stable. And then from here, because that's a thing, if you're a beginner, you might not have the strength to do your footwork here. Also, you can split the pedal on these, so press down and up, down and up, down and up. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the front handles that I have set up, and I believe these are the orange ones, the lighter ones. Yeah, these are the lighter ones. The gray ones are heavier, and you can just do a simple press down. Inhale, exhale, right? Press, keeping those shoulders down. 3. And I mean, there's all those arm variations we can go into, right? You can do a chest press, you can do hugs here, you can do, you know, your turn out your classical Pilates position. And I have this pretty light, and it's, you know, it's not easy to really get that chair all the way up. Let's take it into triceps. So back behind, press down. Inhale, exhale. I'm doing that classical Pilates diamond, trying to keep my abs in tight, and I am definitely trying to keep my shoulders down. I don't know if that's going so well, but let me show you what that could look like with a lot of different variations. So you can take out your split pedal, and this is so much easier than those stupid dowels on some of those chairs. It's just a little key thing, and from here I'm actually going to bring my toes onto them. And it's also like I'm a size 7 or an 8 in shoes, and notice my heels really aren't touching into that. So you've got all your variations here, and then maybe we want to pull it into here. I'm going to be lazy and not change the handles. But with the heavier spring, you're going to have more resistance, right? So push and push. And you can get a little bit crazy and kind of do whatever you want. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. 8, 7, 6. And you'll feel the burn right away with these heavier springs. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to unhook the swivel hook, because that to me is just a lot of fun, right? And if you're looking to work on the side of your waist, then the swivel feature is just going to be your bestie. So there I am, swiveling, pressing, lifting, pressing, lifting. Now this will get really, really a little bit more challenging if you want to start adding in. So on this angle, I'm going to tilt back into a balanced teaser. I'm holding the handles and then in. Not really footwork, but with this angle, all of your teaser positions, and with that handle, if you are working on all those beautiful side teasers, not easy when the chair is on the swivel. A little bit nicer to have the handle, to have that wider base of support. And if you're teaching a student that's a beginner, I think that that's going to be really nice for you to have. Other side, press, lift, extend, bend, press, lift. And yes, I do have the pedal split for this. And then from here, let's see if I make sure I have the angle right. I should probably, if I was there, yeah. I want to be facing this way a little bit. There we go. Now I'm going to slide back so my butt doesn't come off. Reach out, bend. Ooh, did I lose a spring? Lost a spring. Gain a spring. Press it down. But like I said, the springs are a little bit lighter than they might be on some other manufacturers, and I actually like it. You see how when it fell, it didn't make that big bang? It's making a bang because I'm not pressing it with a lot of control. But you know, you're getting into more advanced positions using the handles. So now I'm going to click that back. Speaking of the handles, I'm going to click this back so the pedals are together. And I'm going to take that pedal all the way down. I'm going to come onto my toes, and I'm just going to stretch up. So the tendon stretch stretches your hamstrings in the back of your thighs, and it's generally a very advanced exercise on the chair, but you can really start to get into these positions. You've probably seen me doing these, lifting up and lowering down, you know, sort of with the butt. But for somebody who's new, having the handles is really going to help you get into some of these positions and not feel so crazy and out of control. Let's go on to some of the lunge work. I'm going to turn this and face, I think, at a little bit of an angle so you can see me. and my back's not completely to the camera. So I'm gonna add, so taking this into a swivel, I'm doing the notch here is going to make that much harder. So generally, if you're taking this out into that swivel position, it is going to be quite a bit more challenging. So let's just say you're down here and you want to start with your presses. Oh, that's a little heavy, but that feels good today. Press, lift. So this is generally where I'll take somebody who's just learning sort of to step onto the chair. But now you've got all this stuff you can do with your arms. Let's do some tricep presses. You can do shoulder presses. I mean, really any arm move that you can think of, you'll be able to pull off here. You can do this on the heels. You can hold it down, and then you can do your squats on the bottom leg. So let's do it there. Squat. Trying to hold the pedal down, not so easy. Pulling my abs in tight. And then I'm actually going to take this up a little bit for more tension. Press, lift, press, right? So back into a tricep. Press as I squat 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm going to take that pedal off, and I'm going to, or take that foot off the pedal, and I'm going to start on this side. So come back to the handles. This leg is just a little bit weaker than the other, but you'll really feel this in your thighs. I'm standing really tall on my bottom leg, and I'm trying not to sway. And let's push up, down, up, down, up, down for 4, 3, 2, and now hold that pedal down, squat and lift. And you see, holding that pedal down is way challenging for me with these 2 heavy springs on. You can always adjust it. Remember, the closer the springs are to you, the more challenging it'll be. And you can always drop it down to 1 spring. Let's add some arms in, back, in, back, in, back, in, back, and in. So I'm going to bring the pedal up now, and I'm going to face this back to you. And I'm going to switch these around so they're on that side, because I really like using these for ab work. Ooh, got a little out of breath from those. So you've got to unscrew. Well, I can't see that. Oh, I was screwing it the wrong way. Unscrew, take it out, and I'm going to bring it so it's even with the other one. So I've got to remove this. So there's like a little feature where there's like a little safety screw, so this won't unclip. Put this here, put this here. Bring this on, screw it in. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's not a hard thing to use, but I really enjoy using this for abs. So I'm going to sit towards the edge. If you're very tall, you might have to have your butt kind of off, and I'm going to reach and grab onto these. And from here, you can basically, I might have wanted to use the heavier springs. You can do any sort of ab work, right? And I'm in a flat back position today. It just feels good to me, but you can also do this more neutral, right? Push, push, push. Probably should have used the heavier springs. Push, 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 push. So I'm gonna actually switch it to the heavier springs now, and I'm gonna unswivel the loops. And I'm going to put the handles onto the gray ones. I'm going to put these down here. And I'm going to do it from this way this time. So you can really do it facing either way. Let's go into neutral spine and let's reach, 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 right? So I'm just pressing up now. Now hug, 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 hug. Now right from here, I'm going to actually hold up. Maybe I need those handles. Let's go heels together, toes apart, bicep curls, reach. And what's nice about the Slack-6, right, these little covered elastic bands, they really, 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 like there's no danger, they're not sticking to me, they're not sticking to my thighs. And from here, I'm gonna drop a spring. But you can also get up here and pull off a lot of the weighted work that you would see done on the tower, right? So I'm gonna go here, press back, release, right? Do your chest expansion. You can do triceps, biceps, anything you can really, really think of, right? Back here, up, back, up, back. So it gives you a lot of opportunity to be creative. And now I'm gonna reach up here, press. Right? So these are some classical exercises. Might take maybe on the mermaid and the swakati. I probably could have left the other spring down. And let's try that on the other side. As you see, I don't actually swap out the handles that much. I kind of leave them in one spot and then go work on it from there. Okay. So you can press up here with this arm and then down, right? Press, lift. And you've always got that handle to sort of, you know, give you a little extra push. So coming down here, arching, rounding, lifting, arch, press, round, up. Now we're gonna reverse it. So arch up, round down, arch up, round down. So we're going to end with seated on the floor, because this is something I really enjoyed doing. One thing I will say is I've done this, you have to be careful because the chair is light. You've got to be careful when you're doing certain exercises like this one that I'm about to show you. So I'm going to press out, open into the chair. I'm gonna lean back, and now I'm stabilizing the chair there, but let's do some back exercises, open. So I'm pressing my legs into that chair, and from here I can row, right, get some back in, I can row back a little bit more. And then finally, let's go ahead and open up just a little wider. I'm gonna angle this so you can see what's going on a little better. We're going to go into our spine, stretch forward. So press down, lift. Oh, this feels like heaven. Press, lift, press, lift, press, and lift. So I hope you have enjoyed this workout. That is the Moxxi chair. Use my code JessiFit10 and you have a chance to win one in my 14-day challenge starting on March 9th to the 22nd. This challenge is a little different. I'm calling it the 14-day Fit Love Challenge. I haven't been that open on YouTube, but I faced a lot of personal hardships, including a divorce and a move across the country. And the only thing that got me through it was Pilates, self-love, and meditation. And I'll be sharing all of those tips for you in my next 14-day challenge. And I'm offering you a chance to win your own Pilates chair. I hope to see you on March 9th, and I will see you soon. This has been Jessi Fit Pilates, your home to get fit, toned, and flexible.